I was just on a walk and I recognized that I talk to myself a lot of my walks, and that I should probably record some of that. So here I am, and I was talking about when you are, breaking, ending, not continuing on with long-held generational patterns, and really, I guess, in any kind of like pattern breaking situation, you cannot stay in the environment where the pattern was created. 1. Okay. 2, you also can't stay in an environment or in relationships with people who are continuing on with the old pattern, right? So, like, for an example, I won't even go into all the ancestral shit, but just as a friend example, when I stopped drinking, when I stopped partying, I lost all my party friends, right? And it was so sad because I feel like I loved them all so much and they felt like my family, but our lifestyles totally changed. And so when we would hang out, it was kind of like we didn't have anything in common anymore, So that's just how it works. And, that's a grief process, because you're not only grieving the identity that was connected to the pattern, but you're grieving the loss of your friendships. And with generational patterns, you're breaking patterns that are like essentially in your DNA, like in your biology. Like, it's not natural to be separated from your family, okay? It's not natural. It's excruciatingly painful, I would say. My heart goes out to you if you are experiencing that or have experienced it. I would say it's not natural. It's like, it's not a natural thing to have to go to. It's just a very specific time that we're living in right now, where a lot of the change that we are wanting to see is coming through saying no to what our ancestors more recently have chosen. And it's not about blame, and it's not about shame. It's really just about the time. It's really just a timing thing. And so anyway, it is a very complex, multi-layered situation. It's riddled with grief, complex grief, layers of grief. And I would also say, like, the letting go process is a layered process. It's not just like, I let go and it's done. Like, I wish in my dreams, okay? In my fantasy life, that's how it would be. But in reality, it's ongoing. It's like you let go a little bit every so often, right? And again, I really feel like it is tied to the planetary movements. That's how it has been experienced through me. It's like these astrological cycles, and each time I go through a big cycle or even a little transit or something, a little let go, a little more, and then a little more, and then a little more. And that can feel frustrating for somebody who's extremely impatient. Hello. So it's an exercise in patience and compassion, and it's fucking hard. So again, my heart goes out to anyone who is a generational pattern breaker, anyone who's had to separate from their family because you wanted to do something different and continuing on with relationship wasn't possible, because relationships are two-way streets. So it's like, if they're not willing to take accountability, I guess I'll say, or be loving or supportive or understanding, like, what are you going to do? You can't control that, no matter how much you love them. It's like, you cannot change people no matter how much you love them. That is what I know in my bones. Again, sadly. And so a lot of what happens with the letting go process is, it's also, I would say letting go is a process of forgiveness. And I would say if you feel like you haven't fully forgiven yet, there's like probably some little stringies that are still there. And it's not, again, it's not about shaming. It's not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm a big believer in it takes the time that it takes. And I know not everyone is on board with that, but I am on board with that. So that is where I'm coming from. And yeah, so anyway, this is just my practice of starting to record some of the things that come through for me when I'm on my walks and my own personal journey, and a way for me to share that with you and connect with you guys more in this personal way. And yeah, I am sending out my love, and I'll see you later.